Okay, there are so many banks which provide the numerous facilities to the public as well as the customers. First, commercial banks are the most important components of the whole banking system. This is the biggest financial institution which provide loans to the customer, accept the deposit from the public, and they provide numerous services to their customers, such as overdraft and electronic transfer funds. Basically, there are some kind of services which are being discussed in the next slide. First one is accepting deposits. Means if the customer deposit the money account because they want to save a money in the bank and they maybe withdraw after 1 year or 2 year, but they want interest. They want to increase the value which they deposit the money in a particular account in the account. For example, if you have a deposit 50,000 rupees in today, but if you withdraw the money after 1 year or 2 years, means the bank will pay you interest. So your amount will be 60,000 or 70,000. It depends on the how much interest the bank pay to the client. So in this way, but the bank authority cannot use this money for the profitable sectors. They use their own funds. Second point, advancing of loans. Banks are profit-oriented business organization, so they have to advance loan to public and generate interest from them as a profit. The second point is if the anyone client need money, basically they provide you loan to the client. First, they have check the financial background of the particular client. Then, because why they give loan? Because with the help of interest, they generate a profit. So public deposits are used by commercial banks for the purpose of granting loans to individual and business. Means whatever amount, because some people save their money in the accounts, some people want money. So which if you have to, for example, I save the amount in 50,000, but bank that money to give as a loan to another client. So in this way, they can generate profit. Maybe they give a loan to the first, they check the financial background, and after that, they have see the paper quality and they also want some security. And then they provide loans to the customers. Next, discounting of bill of exchange. Bill of exchange is a negotiable instrument which is accepted by the debtor drawn upon him or her by the creditor and agrees to pay the amount mentioned on maturity agreement. In the yard case, there is some legal formalities. For example, we have two accounts, one of my and my brother. So I want some amount from the bank, but maybe due to some reason I'm unable to be, but on the behalf of my brother will return the amount to the bank uh, before the maturity period. So that is discounting of bill of exchange. In this way, we will just do some formalities. Then on the behalf of me, my brother will pay my amount to the bank. So discounting a bill of exchange is another function of modern commercial bank. When the bill of exchange matures, the bank gets its payment from the party which had accepted the bill. Means there's another party which is involved which accepted the bill and the bank will receive the payment from another member. But money used by the another member. The next is check payment. Bank provides check cards to the account holders. So account holder can draw check upon bank to pay money and bank pay for check for customer for formal verification of official procedures. Means when we have to open account, every bank will pay a checkbook. So whenever we need, we can use checks for the numerous. Sometimes if we are free to pay the fee, then we can use check. If we want to transfer, if we want to give some money like 5 lakh, 2 lakh, then we can also use checks. Means there are numerous at a, for a big, huge transaction. Sometimes we use a check for the different purpose, whatever your purpose is. Second, the next point is remittance. Remittance is a system through which a cash fund is transferred from one place to another, but bank provide the facilities of remitting to the customers and on some service charge. Means, for example, you have to open account. It means you can easily transfer the cash from one branch to the another branch, or from one place to another. So in this way they provide a numerous facility to the customers, and if they transfer your money to the another place, For that services, they will pay you charge. You need to the bank will charge you some amount. You need to pay that money to the bank. In this way, they can also in this way, banks also earn money. Next is collection and payment of credit instruments. In modern business, different types of credit instruments such as bill of exchange, promissory notes, checks are used. Basically, for the credit instrument, we can use these kind of facilities. Basically, their bank deal with these facilities, and modern banks collect and pay different types of credit instruments as representation of customers. Basically, these all terms used by the customers. It is a kind of facilities which provided by the banks to the customers, and customers can easily use these facilities uh, with the help of banks. Next point is foreign currency exchange. Means banks deal with the foreign currency as a requirement of the customer. Bank exchange foreign currency with local currencies, which is essential to settle down the dues in the international trade. For example, if one person want to continue education in the abroad, so we need a foreign currency. So in this way, we can easily exchange the currency from the banks. And for example, if we are dollars, then if we will give dollars to the bank, and the bank will give the local currency, which whatever. For example, India rupees we use, they will give a currency according to the India country. So in this way, we can easily exchange the currency in the banks. Next point is consultancy. Modern commercial banks are large organizations. It is a very big organization. They can easily expand their functions and to the consultant business. And with the help of if anybody want advice, they can take advice, and in this way they can expand the business. In this function, banks hire financial, legal, and market experts who provide services to who provide advices to customers in regarding investment, industry, trade, income tax, etc. Means the bank have employed. Basically, these employees provide the guidance to the customers. They will just give information about the numerous schemes which are currently running in the organization. They also give information about the regarding investment, regarding the interest, how you can, if you want to start a business, export import from one country to another, and income rate and tax. Means the banking sectors, if any person want to start a business, they want some information, then the bank will help you and provided a latest information. And so then you can, in this way, you can get information regarding the business, and maybe you take a loan and you can start a business, and after some year you will repay that amount if your business will be running properly or in the country. Next is next topic is regional RRB Bank in India. There's some history of RRB. First, an ordinance for the establishment of RRB Bank was passed in September 26, 1975. May in this year ended, this bank was established. This being the date of establishment of RRB. The Reserve Rural Banks was passed in 1970. Actually, the act was passed in 1976. 5 RAB were established on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti, 2nd October 1970. Later, many RRBs were established by the Government of India and respective state government. Means first RRB was established on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti, which was held on 2nd October 1975. And later, this RRB institution were established by the Government of India and with the help of state governments. The RRB Act 1917 states that function of RRB is to provide a financial assistance to farmers. These are the main motive of this organization. They have to provide the finance to the farmer people, to the small enterprise, to the local craftsmen, to the local artists, for agriculture sector, industries, trade, commerce, and their economic development. Actually, they want our economic will be also growing. So 25 RRBs were established within a year from the passing of this act. When this act of passed, in a single year, they have established 25 RRB centers. So currently there are 43 RRB in India. Next, there are functions of RB banks. First one is accept deposits. Means RBRPA accept deposits from the member who hold an account in the bank. Means those people are who are a member of this organization and they want to hold account in this, we have to deposit the money. And deposit can be made current or saving amount. It depends upon the members. They can also open a current account as well as saving accounts. Deposits can also be made in fixed or recurring form. It means we can also open a recurring forms in the in this kind of banks. Second point functions loan extension. In the RRB Act of 1975 state that RRBA can extend loans and credit services to the priority sector. Means these organs can easily extend the loan of the customers and this sector, the loan to this sector are classified under PCL. So the name of the sector is priority sector lending. Means on the basis of priority, they have to give loan to the people who actually need. The RBI announced the coverage of RBI's in PCA Form FI 1997. This is some form which comes under the 1997. The priority sector comprises of small and marginal farmers, craftsmen, artisan, local traders, medium and small scale businessmen, education, housing, urban energy, which needs development or and financial investment. Means if anyone wants to develop and if anyone wants to need a finance, then this sector ready to help in each kind of person, each and every kind of business, and they also help the farmers. There are numerous sectors. If these sectors are growing, definitely the people live a good lifestyle. So this sector will help the each and every kind of businessman. So 75% of the total bank credit has to be provided to the priority lending sector. 75% of the funds they have to pay to these sectors, and out of total credit, 10% has given to economically weaker section. Means 10% amount they have to give to those sections who are totally weak, who have nothing. Hence, short-term loans on a low rate of interest, if they provide short-term loans on the low rate of interest are extended by these banks to priority sectors. So RBs cannot how extend large or long-term loans to its customers. See, they do not give a large or long-term loans to the customer. They just give a short-term loans and on the this low rate of interest. Next point is wage disbursement. The Reserve Bank in India performed the important function of distribution of wages under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act and the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. These there are two organizations who distributed the salaries to the needy people. For example, the pension provided under the poverty education schemes and pension schemes of India are also distributed through the basic bank. With the help of banks, they provide the people to the pension, like they will give pension to those people who are unable, who are disabled, and who are widow. So in this way, they give provide numerous schemes to the people who are unable to do work. Next, the secondary functions of RBI. Similar to commercial bank, the secondary functions of the RBI in India provide agency services and general utility services to the customers. Means they also provide the numerous services and they also fulfill the requirements of the customers. Agency services like foreign exchange, bill payments, money wire transfer are performed by RRB. And utility services like ATM, UPI means now everybody use Google Pay. We do not need to use ATM. Sometimes we also need to use ATM. Insurance of debit cards, locker facilities. These kind of facilities provided by the these services are the utility services which provided by the RRBs in India. There are some importance of RRB. First, reduce rural and urban gap by mobilizing financial sources and services to the rural regions. If they want to reduce the gap between the village area and city center. And they also the rural RRB bank paved the way for inclusion of margin population like small farmers, below poverty line, farmers, workers, artisan women, and etc. I mean, they also need to help of these kind of people. They also assist. They motivate their rural. They can work for the. They also become a businessman. They provide short-term loans. Maybe they will provide insurance facilities and improve the role of businessman in rural areas. They want to develop this sector, providing help like loans, advance insurance to agriculture for farming goods, equipment. They also provide tools to assessing. They also tell the marketing activities, cooperative societies, helping growth of agriculture sector and advancement of farmers. They want to, basically whatever they do, they want to develop the weaker section to the rural sector. Then many public and private sector banks do not deal with the farmers. Meaning there are so many sectors which do not have any connection with the farmers. So rural section due to the small financial needs, fewer incomes, like in such a case, there's need for separate banking system to protect the interests of these sectors. Means, for example, if we say public and private bank do not any kind of help of the rural people, so they want there's some we want to do something special for these kind of people, and these people also grow their business and live a good lifestyle. So in this is one branch which helps the rural people. The RRB look forward to covering under undeserved level rural areas in terms of financial services and extending credit assistance. Means they also extended the credit assistance and provide the financial services to the people, helping growth of cooperative societies and agricultural societies. Mean this sector helps the both sectors, cooperative societies as well as agricultural societies. RRBs abuse farmers and weaker sections dependent on traditional sources like money lender who exploited them with a high rate of interest on loans. Basically, if you take a loan from another bank, like a public and or private bank, maybe they charge a high interest, but this bank will charge a low interest to the farmers. So with that amount, they can easily run the business and fulfill the basic needs. Thank you.